Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oba Adesina was the first king to reign in Ofada community, and he ruled for 120 years. Since his reign, no king has lived for more than 5 years on the throne.
What is happening in this our community? Can you imagine 7 kings in 2 years? They all died the same way. Exactly, right on their throne. This is mysterious. Another king will be coronated tomorrow. We hope his own is going to be different.
Shall we stand in the light? A kingdom without a king inside. 7 kings in 2 years fall. Still the crown keeps calling. Who will rule the kingdom true? Who will make the sky so blue? 7 kings, but none could stay.
Is this how we will continue to watch kings die on this throne?
Sincerely speaking, this is becoming too much. Can you imagine? 7 kings died within the space of 2 years, right on this throne in front of us. This is mysterious. King Adesina did not even sit on this throne for a day. He died the same day he was coronated.
And the gods are not saying anything about it. They keep telling us to choose a new king.
At this point, we still have to go back to them. Maybe they might speak to us this time around. I will suggest we still invite the chief priest to the palace.
Who will rule the kingdom through? Who will lay down his might? Shall we stand?
Baba, the guards say the council of elders demands your presence.
Tell the guards I will be with them shortly.
7 kings in 2 years fall. Still the crown keeps calling on.
What are the gods saying? They are still saying the same thing. Same thing again? The gods have spoken. We must install a new king within 7 days, or else a great calamity will befall the land.
What calamity could be greater than kings who keep dying on the throne?
Not another king! We have already lost over 13 kings within these few years on this throne. How many more must die before the gods speak clearly? If the gods are not ready to reveal what is behind these kings' deaths, then we are not ready to install any new king.
The heavens have spoken now. A new king must be crowned within 7 days, or else a great calamity shall befall the land. A new king must be crowned, or calamity befall the land.
We rule in darkness and still in the day. We see destinies, we see futures. What is the matter? Why are you here? I have come regarding the throne. What happened to the throne? Can't you see the way kings keep dying on the throne? We are not after the goods of the land. We destroy, we torment and kill. But as for the king's death, we have no hand in it. How can you help us? The gods have given us 7 days to choose a new king. And the council of elders have agreed that no king will be installed unless we know what is behind the king's death. This matter is beyond us. Only the gods have answers and solutions to this calamity befalling the throne.
Good morning, my sister. Morning, how your body? Sisters, good morning, oh. We thank God. You dey go market? Yes, so I dey go buy yam. All right, greet them for me.
my sister, we are here. We are with you. You are not alone. I lost all my children and my husband. Let me die and follow them. Gods of our land, this is too much for us to bear.
My elders, is this how we will continue to watch our people dying? Our waters turning to blood, diseases and disaster everywhere.
Sincerely speaking, I'm afraid. This has never happened in the history of this land. And the chief priest warned us.
You were the one that insisted that we should not choose any king until we know the reason behind the king's death. Don't point that finger at me. Are you also comfortable with the way our king keeps dying? So you think going against the instruction of the gods will be the solution?
There is no point arguing and blaming anyone. What we should be after is how to provide solution to these problems.
At this point, we have no choice than to install another king according to the gods to end this calamity befalling our people. Do you think anybody will be willing to sit on this throne when they know they are going to die?
This is not a matter of choice or will. The next family should provide a king for us.
Let's be sincere with ourselves. Nobody living in this community and has witnessed what has been happening to our kings will be ready to sit on this throne. We can force a horse to the stream, but we can't force the horse to drink water. What are we going to do now? I would suggest we send messages across to our children in the far city who are not aware of the problem we are facing in this community. We will tell them they have been chosen to come and rule their people, and failure to do so will be disastrous for them and their family. Have you forgotten that they have parents in this community who communicate with them from time to time? Elders, do you remember Chief Adewale, who died the same day with his wife about 35 years ago? Do you also remember they had a son who was taken to the city by one of the guests that came for the burial, and since then he has not traveled home?
Yes, we remember. But why are you telling us this story? Where is the son? What happened to the son?
We heard he is now in Lagos with his wife and children. Only the gods knows if he still knows his village, because I am sure he has never made an attempt of tracing his route, and I feel this is the right time we make him do so. Let us send a letter across to him that he has been destined to take over his father's throne that he has left for long, and failure to do so will result to death. I am sure this will convince him to come back home.
Do you think anybody will be willing to leave that big city and come to this our village?
Let's take a step on what Chief has said and hope for a positive result. Tomorrow, we shall send a letter across to him.
Daddy, what about the school fees you promised to give the children today? The school management promised to send them out of school if we don't make our payments.
Who is there?
What's that?
They said the letter is from my village.
Your village? I thought you said you are from this city.
Let's go to the room. I need to tell you something. I want to tell you something I've never mentioned to you because I felt there's no point speaking about the past that cannot be reversed. Late Mrs. Samuel is not my biological mother.
Oh my God!
She was one of my dad's old-time customers who was around for my parent burial. Out of pity, she volunteered to carry me along to the city, and since then I have not visited the village.
I see. That explains a lot.
Speaking about the letter, they said I have been chosen to be the next king, and failure to do so will bring great calamity on me and my family.
I don't support this. I am not ready for this. Kingship in villages like that come with a lot of things, rituals, idols, and activities that can make you compromise your faith. We are children of God. I will advise we cover ourselves with prayers.
You are right, but let's give this a second thought. What if God is sending us to shine light in the village and lead people to Christ? Because I'm not sure Christianity has reached those areas. Let's look at it this way. I lost my job last year. Landlord has given us a quick notice and we have not been able to pay our children's school fees for 2 terms. What if these are just signs from God?
Let's inform our pastor.
There's no point bothering ourselves. You know our church don't support taking part in traditional affairs. Even if God is saying yes, their doctrine will make them say no. Let's just put everything in God's hand.
I have never experienced a stressful journey like this, but we thank God for a safe journey. Can't you see the way they welcome us and treated us like a small god?
Yes, so I am so happy. Can you imagine?
We that couldn't pay for rent of 2-bedroom flat now will be ruling a whole community. Indeed, this is the doings of the Lord. I will be meeting with the council of elders tomorrow.
Esteemed elders, noble chiefs, beloved people of our father community, both young and old, I greet you all warmly. My king, there is something important we would like to tell you regarding the throne. For every king that has ever sat on this throne, it is expected that they observe 7 days of rituals as part of the tradition. Yours will begin tomorrow night.
What rituals?
Because of the urgency to install a new king, we had to skip that process. However, the gods have spoken that we must observe this ritual.
I am not ready to be part of any rituals. This is against my faith and I am not ready to compromise.
My king, there are serious consequences to these things, and you might not be able to bear the consequences that follow.
If you don't have anything meaningful to say, I will have to leave you people here.
Who will rule the kingdom true? Who will make the sky so blue? 7 kings, but none could stay. Who will rise and light the way?
Kabiesi, we warned you that the gods don't joke with their instructions, but you claim to be more powerful. But why didn't you people tell me all of this before the coronation? This is too hard for me to bear. My only son died overnight.
Many more you shall see if you still choose to be stubborn and refuse to do what the gods have asked you to do.
Somebody help! Somebody help! Somebody help! Somebody help! What kind of dream is this? Is that not my daughter's voice? Somebody help!
Somebody help us!
This is us! What kind of dream is this?
We haven't seen Mr. Samuel and his family in church for some time now, and nobody knows their whereabouts. I need to visit them first thing tomorrow morning.
Who will lay down his mind? Shall we stand for the right?
Good morning, my brother. Do you know Mr. Samuel who stays in this compound? Yes. I am just coming from their flat, but everywhere is locked. They received an urgent call from their village to come and rule as king in their community. This is serious. Mr. Samuel has never mentioned it to me that he is from any village. He told me he was from this city.
Who will make the sky so blue? 7 kings, but none could stay. Who will rise and
What do I have left in this world? My children, gone. My wife, lying there at the point of death. All because I refused to compromise. Because I chose to remain faithful to you. They warned me. They all warned me. I shut my ears because you promised me life and not death. You said you would protect us. Right now, I am beginning to lose trust in you. It looks like I'm just wasting my time trusting you, God. Maybe it's better if I listen to the elders. Good evening, my brother. Please, I am going to Ofada community. I hope I am still on the right path. You are already in Ofada community. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Please, can you take me to the king's palace? No problem, I will.
Kabiezio, you have a visitor. He says his name is Pastor David Godwin.
How did he get here? What is he doing here? Pastor, how did you get here? It's a long story. I was so surprised when I heard you had traveled to the village. You never mentioned it to me that you were from any village. not to talk of coming home to reign as king in your community. Pastor, pardon my foolishness. I decided not to inform you because it seems the church doesn't support traditional positions. So I felt there was no need. Not that we don't support the traditional position. It's just that it often comes with certain practices that a Christian shouldn't engage in. If your faith isn't strong, you might end up falling. But that was not what brought me here.
I had a dream about you and your wife tied with chains in a lonely room, crying for help. I was terrified when I woke up. That's why I had to find my way here to see you. I hope all is well with your family.
Pastor, all is not well with my family. Ever since I sat on this throne, it has been from one battle to another.
All because I refused to partake in their so-called rituals. I have lost my children, and my wife is now at the point of death.
Few days ago, one of the elders told me the stories of how kings have been dying on this throne. This created more fear in my heart, and I keep hoping I will not die just like them.
I was even considering accepting to participate in the rituals, if that is the only solution, before you walked in.
You mean all this happened to you within these few days? This is terrible indeed. If I may ask, why did you accept the request to come and reign as king in your village? Did you get confirmation from God before coming down to the village? It's not that I received any direct confirmation from God, but there were several signs that made me believe it was His will.
I lost my job, the landlord was already threatening to evict us, and my children were about to be sent out of school. With everything happening at once, I felt it might be God's plan.
The fact that you are at your lowest point does not mean the next opportunity is from God. Some opportunities are actually lifetime bondage.
If that is the case, how has your relationship with God been lately? Have you been committing each day individually and as a family into the hands of God? There is darkness all over this land. I can sense it in my spirit.
Pastor, ever since I came to this village, the fire inside me has been going down. The stress that comes with this throne, the threats and the calamities that have happened to me, all of these have kept me away from my personal devotions and family prayer.
All these things are happening to you, and yet you have allowed fear to take over you. Have you forgotten what the scripture says, that the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty? 2 Corinthians 3:17.
Thinking and weeping will not save you. It will only give the devil an opportunity to make you lose your faith. It is time to stand fast in the liberty wherewith Christ has made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. This is Galatians 5:1. It is time for war. This battle is against patterns, altars, and agents of darkness that have been existing long before you were born. Can we begin to pray?
Where am I? Who are these people?
We have been existing long before your forefathers were born. We keep records, preserve altars, protect patterns, and guard the covenants that your forefathers made.
Starting from the first king to the last king, standing before you is Oba Adeshina, the first king to reign in Ofada community.
Their souls cannot rest until the cycle is completed. 30 kings in total. Oba Adeshina fought fiercely for the freedom of this land.
After the battle, he insisted that he should be crowned king because he fought for the freedom of the land. He consulted the gods, and we told him he had only 3 years left on the throne.
He begged us and asked if there was anything we could do to make him live longer. So he decided to use the lives of the 30 kings that would reign after him.
You happen to be the 15th king. That means 15 more kings will die untimely and mysteriously. We have tried everything in our power to take you, but your stubborn refusal to participate in the rituals that connect you to the covenant is the only thing stopping us. That is exactly why we went after your children, and that is why your wife is now at the point of death. Whether you like it or not, we will come for you. This covenant will claim you just like the others before you. That is why Jesus came, to destroy the works of the devil and all the works of darkness. I bear the mark of Christ, therefore you have no power over me. I now stand boldly in the liberty wherewith Christ has made us free, for my life, my family, my community, and the generations to come. By the authority in the name of Jesus Christ, I decree that I and my generation, and every generation after us, shall no longer be entangled with the yoke of bondage and these territorial powers. We are free indeed. That was how Ofada community broke free from the ancestral powers and the deadly covenant that kept claiming the lives of their kings. But this is not the end of the story. They all surrendered their lives to Jesus, and the land was restored. Peace returned and joy was renewed again. However, something happened later on. Ofada community is our next target. We will fight and we will conquer the territory.